When you're cleaning something old, a stereo gear that's old, this is the cover. I seriously suggest that you just start with some lukewarm water and a clean cloth before you start adding the chemicals. You want to see what can come off first and look at the grime that's on there. If it's a lot of yellow or it's sticky, that's probably nicotine or smoke. But before you start adding chemicals to anything, just start with some warm water and a clean cloth. All right, that's just something I learned, because if you take a chemical to the item right away, you might just pull off the lettering or actually go right through the finish. No different than as if you were sanding, because after 40 years or 30 years or what have you, the finish you can go right through the finish fades. You never know until you start getting into it. So just a word of caution. There's a spot there, I don't know, I want it gone because I want it clean. I'm not applying too much pressure, but I'm seeing if I can make an impact here without destroying the finish. Just one step at a time. And wipe it off with a microfiber. It's still there. That might be a permanent thing. I'll come back to it with some hot water. Okay, so this is the finished effort of a good cleaning using Q-tips, rubbing alcohol, a little warm water, not pushing too hard on everything, doing it piece by piece. You start off with a small piece and you get the grime off and you do it gently, and it looks pretty darn clean. Now I'm really fortunate because when I found this item, one of the things I always check is faceplate. Is the faceplate heavily worn, scratches, nicks? Because you really can't fix those very well. And if you're like me and you enjoy the vintage look, that's something you also get out of the gear that you have, is enjoying the look while you're listening to it. So that is cleaned. And now on to the next stage of putting the top back on and running it through its paces.